Is it important for one to maintain precepts in order to advance in meditation? If yes, what is the impact of each precept, whether 5 or 8, on one's quality of meditation and in the attainment of jhana?
Okay. So what is the relationship between precepts towards meditation and also the states of samadhi like jhana? Pretty much the precepts and virtue in general function as a foundation, like the foundation of a house. And if the foundation is strong, whatever we build on top of that will be stable. Now you can also build a house on a shaky ground, and on sand and mud, on soft ground, but then as soon as a little bit of an earthquake comes or a small landslide, everything will move and it won't last for a long time. It's the same in meditation. If the precepts are weak, then we cannot build the other qualities on top of that. Normally we speak about the sequence of sila, samadhi, paññā. Virtue, concentration, wisdom. So virtue is like the foundation. And I would, rather than singling out individual precepts, what is the role of this precept or that precept, I think it's more skillful to look at them as a whole and ask oneself, what's the benefit of virtue as a whole? Because they support each other in many different ways. So in the end, you need just not the first precept or the third, but all of them. And virtue as a whole has one major benefit, which is even explained in the suttas in Anguttara Nikaya 11.2. It's called the Cetana Karaniya Sutta, something like that. Anguttara 11.2, where the Buddha says, and Ananda asks the Buddha, what is the benefit of virtue, Bhante? Then the Buddha answers and says, non-remorse, avipattisara, or blamelessness. It is the sense of, at the end of the day, in the evening, you look in the mirror and the person you see there, you're okay with him. You don't feel ashamed when you see yourself in the mirror of what you have done earlier during the day. It's a sense of non-regret, non-remorse, blamelessness. And this comes because you know you have not been telling any lies, you have not injured anyone, you have not killed anyone, not even insects. No? You have not taken what doesn't belong to you in an unrighteous manner. You practice right speech. We are not intoxicating ourselves to the degree where we forget our ethical principles. So your virtue is strong and maybe even unbroken for a longer period. So from that comes a sense of non-remorse, non-regret, blamelessness. Sure, maybe every now and then somebody might still accuse you of something or blame you for something, but you still have to check on your own mind. Did I really do that? What was my intention? And if you see, actually you did not have an unwholesome intention there, you don't have to blame yourself. Even that criticism, nothing to do with you. If you're criticized for something you didn't do, or you didn't mean to do, and you had wholesome intention, that criticism actually doesn't even apply to you. And actually you can let it boil down like the water on a lotus. You know these lotus flowers inside the pond? They're clean and pure. And they come out from the earth and from the mud. And then it rains and all kinds of things land on them. And all the dirt, it doesn't stick to it. So likewise, the mind that is cultivated through meditation, through the Noble Eightfold Path, mindfulness, wisdom, it doesn't appropriate things that are not applicable. So you have a sense of non-remorse because of your virtue. And from that, the sutta explains further, gladness arises, pamocca. And from gladness comes rapture, piti. And for those who think about the jhanas, when you hear the word piti, you will remember, oh, this is also a jhana factor of the first jhana, for example. And piti, the Buddha says, leads naturally, it's a law of nature, that it leads to tranquility, to happiness, and happiness leads to concentration. So you can see, it starts out with maintaining one's virtue, one's sila, and that leads to non-remorse, gladness, happiness, all the way to concentration. Very beautiful. But that benefit comes only if you keep all the precepts, basically, not just one or number 2 or number 5. Because if the mind sees, oh, actually my virtue is lacking in some areas, you won't get the sense of non-remorse. Yeah, okay, maybe you don't kill any animals, but you've been cheating or lying all day. The sense of non-remorse will not come up. And the sense of blamelessness is also not fulfilled. So once people find out, they will, rightfully so, criticize and blame you. But by keeping and maintaining the precepts as a whole, as a set, they are very supportive for formal meditation also, including the jhanas. In fact, the jhanas are by definition free from unwholesome states and free from the 5 hindrances. And one of the 5 hindrances is restlessness and remorse. Remorse is one of the hindrances. Remorse about what? Remorse about having said or done the wrong things. So it is by maintaining the virtue that a sense of blamelessness can arise and non-remorse. And then the hindrance of remorse will not come up. Likewise, the other hindrances are easier to deal with when the mind is happy, joyful. So it's very important, a very important foundation for the whole practice on which we build other states like concentration and wisdom.